What's really good, LeSBP trading family? Buenos dias, bom dia. Thank you all for tuning in. So let's get right into it. So, boy, trades were rough today. I'm not gonna lie. I think I made one too many tweaks to my strategy. So let's bring down the MACD. Let's take off the volume so you can see straight on what we did today. So we had a few trades. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what change that I made to the strategy kind of messed me up more. I am trading using the kill zones now. I don't know why I didn't have it up here. Actually, you know what? I downgraded my my plan, so I think I can only have like 4. But I'm gonna take the volume off and add just the kill zone because it works out a little bit better. But somehow or another, I ended up trading way up here, pretty much at the end of like an already run. I should have been actually trading down here after, you know, it bypassed the 200 and 500, or after it bounced off the 200 and 500. And your boy just, man, we slipping right there. So I think I'm just going to keep what I already had and go back to what I was normally doing because it looked a lot better down here. But we ended up jumping into this trade, and as you can see, buy signal back there. Hold on, sorry, gotta turn the sound off. Buy signal back there, and that was the last signal that we had. So honestly, this one should have been relatively easy to get into. We could have currently been in this trade. We would have had the 120 pips that we needed had we been in this trade right here. And when I say being in this trade, I mean like we should have had a buy position right there, and that would have been our 120 pips for the day. So we had a few losses today. Basically, this was the max amount of loss. Luckily, I actually didn't jump into all of these trades. I think I only jumped into these first. This one, no. Which one did I jump into? I jumped into 2 of these, only 2. And one of them ended up being a loss for like 9.2, and the other one ended up being this break even, I believe. So we didn't really lose too bad. We would have lost $50 had I jumped into all of these trades. But today my concentration, to be honest, was actually on US30. Just because of the simple fact that I knew yesterday was a really good day. The day before was actually a good day. We didn't stay in it, but it was a good day. So I was planning on NAS100 not giving me any luck. And it did, it really did, but I missed it. And because I had made some tweaks that I probably shouldn't have made to the strategy. So currently, right now, just looking at the actual, this is my Hugo's Way live account, by the way. Again, show it one more time. I probably won't show it any more videos, to be honest, because, I mean, y'all can believe it or not. But literally, this is a live account. So, as you can see, on the 27th, we had a bunch of trades, and that led to that 104. And then yesterday, we had that 65, which I should have just left, and that would have been at least 120, if not 160, because that's really what I was going for. And then today, here's the trades where I had 1 US30 and 2 NAS100 trades. Like I said, one was a break even, one was, I think I said 9.2, this is 9.1. So, I mean, with commissions, it was still probably about $10. So it wasn't a bad day per se on paper for the MT4, but when I look at the trades that I should have taken, according to my current strategy, I would have lost $50 because I'm doing 50 a pip to the dollar basically. So it would have been 50 pips, which means $50 lost. Not a great trading day, to be honest with you. So looking at that, what I would have had according to trading view and according to my strategy, we wouldn't have had a great day. US30, oh my god. So once again, take that down, take volume off real quick. Man, once again, US30. So US30, kind of a similar difference. US30 and NAS100 do correlate in some type of way. They don't always go the same direction though. So I had a general idea of if I saw NAS100 going up, then you know US30 hopefully going up. There are some certain pullbacks that look really very similar. We had some certain areas that look very similar, but at the same time, I know that they don't correlate. If you watch the video from, I think it was like yesterday. Actually, I had an intro video and I had a day 1 video, but basically one of those videos, I was saying like how sometimes I have a tendency of looking at US30 instrument and comparing it so closely to NAS100 instrument and getting out of one or the other because I got scared, like one's going down, the other one's going up, stuff like that. So that's why I tried not to concentrate too much on one or the other. If I'm on NAS100, I try to concentrate on NAS100 only. If I'm on US30, I try to concentrate on US30 only, because sometimes US 30 could be diving and NAS100 could be going up. And yeah, one of them are going to go the other direction sooner or later, but you know, like I might as well just stick with one. If I get losses, then I get losses, and if I get W's, then I get the W, and then the next, you know, move on to the next type of thing. And that's why I used to just only trade one or the other. I'll either trade NAS100 or only trade US 30. Now, I might actually still go back to that plan. I've been working with NAS100 probably for like the last year now, so more than likely, and I say this with a little bit of reluctance, more than likely I might stick with NAS100. And it's not reluctance as in like, oh, I can't win, I can't do this, I can't do that. But it gives out less an amount of pips. You know, you can imagine the amount of volatility, the amount of volume on US 30, with it being a bigger pair or bigger instrument, 3 times the bigger instrument, rather than NAS100, you know, being a 12,000 value, you know, US 30 being 32,000. And it's not directly 3 times. Yes, I know my math is a little bit off, but it's 30,000 in comparison to 10,000. You know what I mean? So like, the volume is a little bit bigger, the volatility is probably going to be a little bit bigger, the movement is a little bit bigger, all of that stuff is a little bit bigger. And it's not that I'm looking for like bigger, better, this and that. It's more or less like I'm trying to get the best bang for my buck. I'm trying to get also the best bang for my strategy. Like, what's going to give me the better win rate? What's going to give me the better compensation? Like, you know, it sounds, I mean, so some people might be like, oh, you're greedy. I'm like, no, I'm not greedy. I'm just trying to make sure I get the right what I need out of the market, and that's money. You know what I mean? Like, everybody hates to say it, but that's what you're here for. You're here to win. You're here to gain a certain amount of currency or a certain amount of money. So for me, I want to be able to maximize those profits, and I'm leaning towards US 30 being the maximizer, but I haven't tested it, which sucks. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here tested NAS100 for like a year and a half, maybe even more than that. Actually, you know, NAS100's been with me since I started Forex. US 30 was like an on and off baby, and gold was also there too as well. But you know, NAS100 has always been like the boo. It's always been the first, the primary in a sense. So I don't know. It's really interesting to see like what happens. But in the last 2-3 days, you know, and these are just 2 days, you know what I mean? Like, there is no telling what would happen, you know, more or less in the market every other day. But just in 2 days, these last 2 days have been pretty bad. Before that was actually relatively well, you know what I mean? Like, it was win-win, win-win. Then we had, I think, a loss somewhere in here after. If I go back far enough, it's a loss somewhere here. But a lot of these have been winners. And this was before I was trading, which I think that always happens. This is before I was actually thinking about trading US 30. That was during my testing phase. So it makes it a lot harder when now I'm running into a losing drought and I want to actually start using it for regular normal trading. It's like, gosh damn it. Like, as soon as I back test, it looks great, but I actually forward tested. I'm doing it during the live market and now it's losing. So I'm trying not to let that turn me away, but at the same time, I also get that whole confusion where I'm like, all right, US 30 is going up, NAS100 is going down, and I don't want to do that. Like, I want to either trade it or not trade it, and that's the mindset that I want to have. So currently, today we would have lost about 30 pips. We did not. I ended up getting out relatively early on this US 30 trade. I actually got out here at 12:06. I actually wrote it down. So 1, waited patiently for this trade. 2, decided to jump out of the trade because of a large drop at 12:06. I mean, this drop was weird. It was like, at first it was going up and up and up. It hit the 30 pip kind of mark, where I always mark like where my quote unquote TP1 is. And TP1 for me is not saying that I'm taking it out. That's just me moving my stop loss from wherever it is to break even. So in this case, it's 30 pips. So I like to do 1-to-1 ratio. So if I have a 30 pip stop loss, I'm looking for at least a 30 pip TP1, and I say air quotes because I'm not really taking it out. I'm not taking anything out. I don't what's the word I'm looking for? I don't kind of scale out or anything because I don't have enough money to do that right now. So I'm only using 0.1 lot sizes, or 0.01 lot sizes, excuse me. So I can't scale out. It's either all or nothing basically. So for right now, once I get to 30 pips, I'm moving stop loss to break even. The problem here is because of that large drop at 12:06, this huge fall, like it came out of nowhere. You know, I got kind of scared. So number 3, really need to learn how to set and forget, as this trade was a break-even trade no matter what. Like, literally, as soon as it hit the 30 pips up here, like around 12 o'clock, 12:01, I was like, all right, cool. Move my stop loss from here to probably about at least here, which means that, yeah, I'm going to lose like a few bucks. It was going to be like $4 or $5 with commission. Is probably going to be about $6. And my thing is though, like, you know, it was a break-even trade no matter what. So a few dollars lost, which is, I know that I was going to take like $4 or $5 loss, maybe at the most about $6. But if it went against me, you know, which I should be prepared for, as that is part of trading. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be prepared to lose when you trade. And the fact of the matter is, with it being $4 or $5, which to me is technically like a break-even trade, like, I shouldn't have been afraid of that. I shouldn't have been afraid of that happening. Now, yes, there is slippage, there is spread and stuff like that or whatever. So sometimes, you know, hey, your broker might kind of play around with you. You know what I mean? Like, you might not get knocked out till 5, 10, 20. You know what I mean? If it spikes in a certain way, you might get filled late. And that's what I was scared of, I think, on this candle. Like, I was like, man, if it shot down like that, and it was like moving really fast, and it's 12 o'clock, so I'm like, there shouldn't be any kind of huge spikes in volume, you know, after kind of the open, like, or at least that's what I tested, that's what I see. A little bit after the open, yeah, you know what I mean, open came 9:30, boom, shot down, kind of trickled around, messed around and stuff like that, and then after that kind of fell and came back up. I thought at this point, I was like, well, there shouldn't be any huge spikes. When that candle hit and it went from here to here, 20 something pips in like a second, because it says a minute, but that literally happened in seconds. I was like, hell no. I'm getting out. So either way, I ended up getting out on this particular candle because of spread. It made it seem like I got in late, but I really was in almost directly at the point where I needed to be. So we ended up getting out with $6 of profit, which, yeah, lo and behold, later on it went back up, but then it came right back down. It would have knocked me out either way, but it's just, you know, to me, I feel like I gotta be ready for that. I gotta want to set it and just be like, all right, cool, I'm done with looking at it and done with you know, unless it comes back to break me out or comes back to hit stop loss, I gotta be done with it. And I really need to learn that. Even with these trades, with the losers, set it and forget it type of mindset is better, because if I can put my I need to put it on here, but what I have is an alert. So if it hits stop loss, then boom, it just hits stop loss. If it hits TP, then it hits TP. You know, and I have my little alert set. Like, this is my alert for TP. I was looking for it to hit, you know, just in case it went down. I was hoping that it would go down to whatever I was thinking was my take profit. So I need to do that same thing for US 30, but at the same time, probably just gonna need a little bit more testing, to be honest, to get more acclimated. Because honestly, I feel like I can do that with NAS100. I don't think I can do that yet with US 30, but it's probably just because of experience. So either way, market did not move the way I thought it was going to move. We kind of got a little scared, not gonna lie, and once we got scared, we ended up getting out. It did float up 80 pips, I think it was. Nah, it was lower than 80, huh? So it floated up 70 pips. Floated up about 70 pips before it trickled back down on its way to break even. You know what I mean? But I was like, okay, well, I guess, I was like, all right, well, I guess that's what I need to work on. And I know I need to work on it. I definitely need to work on my discipline. It's probably one of the worst things that I need to work on. Definitely need to work on discipline, if anything else. But either way, we took a few trades. We did not lose very much. We lost like $4 or $5. I'm actually okay with that in comparison to the 50 that we should have lost. So $4 is not a bad thing. We'll try again tomorrow. There is news tomorrow. I don't remember what it is. Final GDP quarter over quarter. I don't know how that works. And then unemployment claims, which I think is going to be like every Thursday or is it every Thursday? Yeah, I think it's going to be like every Thursday for the next couple of weeks, which is a new thing to me because I've never seen it before. But it's okay. We traded it twice already, so I'm kind of getting a good feel of it. Not with final GDP quarter over quarter happening at the same time it does, but the unemployment claims is not really that bad. So we do have that on Thursday, and then we have core PCE price index on Friday, which are still 2 decent days. So we can still easily come back in the market on Thursday and Friday and make those some winners. You know what I mean? Currently right now I have a 60 loss in this one, and then today this one would be a 30 loss. which is, like I said, I mean, I'm still on the fence. I'm still practicing, you know, US30. So we'll see what tomorrow brings on that final GDP quarter over quarter for a NAS100, and then we'll also see what it brings for US30, and I'll be jotting it down and putting it in my OneNote. Currently, I do have like GDP quarter over quarter, normal, like advanced GDP quarter over quarter, but I don't have final. I think it was final GDP quarter over quarter, final GDP quarter over quarter. So we'll see what that brings tomorrow. Of course, another video tomorrow. I swear I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter, but at the same time, I like to talk a lot, but I also like to make sure that y'all understand exactly what I'm doing, because I'm not trying to hide or, you know, anything like that. Other than my indicators, I use a few other indicators that I don't want to disclose because I don't know how well they work yet, to be honest with y'all. I don't want to give you anything that, because I know how people are, you know what I mean? Even though you say don't use it or that you're not liable for this and that, they'll still go out and do it. So I don't want to give you everything and then y'all be like, man, that shit didn't work, or blah, blah, blah. How do you use it, this and that? Don't even ask me questions because I'm not going to answer those questions. Like, I worked for like 2-3 years to try to figure out what I like, what I don't like, and all that stuff. I'm not just gonna give it away. And I don't sell courses, so you ain't probably gonna get it, to be honest. But you know, like, either way, I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you once again. Like I said, super long video again, but you know, hopefully you all are willing to watch the journey. All right, y'all, appreciate it. Have a good day. Peace.